And a good evening to everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge. What a fantastic introduction. I want to thank my producer, Chris Gates, for sending that to me. Absolutely incredible. I got an incredible guest on, as I had Ben Stubbs on last week talking about the Southeast Amateur Championship, the 95th annual Southeastern Championship. And my next guest is the winner of that championship for 2 years back in 19 and 21. And when you think of golf in the Fountain City, you got to think of this next guest. Please welcome to the Sports Beat, Ben Carr.
Hey, Richard, how you doing?
All right, Ben, before we talk about your golf career on the PGA Tour, let's bring it back to your time when you were in Columbus. You played golf at Columbus High. Did you grow up in Columbus, and how long have you been playing golf?
Yeah, I did. I was born and raised in Columbus, so I've been playing golf for about as long as I can remember. My mom and dad were both pretty avid golfers. I mean, didn't play competitively growing up, but really enjoyed the game, and they joined the Country Club of Columbus when they moved here from Charlotte, North Carolina. And yeah, I just kind of grew up out there. My dad kind of taught me the game, and luckily, I had a bunch of kids that were my age that were interested in golf, and it made for some really long summer days of golf and the pool and even some tennis. So I mean, I'm very fortunate to grow up in such a comfortable environment and kind of learn the game at the Country Club of Columbus.
Now, you played high school golf for the Columbus Blue Devils. By the way, a lot of great athletes that came out of Columbus, like Frank Thomas, Sam Mitchell, Usain Bassi. I consider you as one of those great athletes. I mean, what was your experience like playing high school golf at Columbus? And what were some of your accolades before you actually went on to play collegiate golf at Georgia Southern?
Yeah, Columbus High was amazing. Kind of grew up hearing about the program that Coach Parker built. Number of good players came through there before me. Jimmy Beck comes to mind first. I remember looking up to him. I know he set a lot of records there, and just kind of paved the way for somebody like me to come in and get better and play in a bunch of really cool tournaments on the weekends at some nice golf courses, and just learn the game, continue to get better, and learn how to compete and win. And yeah, I really just kind of learned how to play the game the right way in high school under Coach Parker, and had a number of teammates that went to play college golf as well. So yeah, just being around other like-minded players and learning from Coach Parker, I'd say, was just a key aspect that helped me get to the next level.
And as you were playing golf at Columbus High, you also played in the Southeast Amateur Championship at the Country Club of Columbus. In fact, you have the course record, shot a 61, won the tournament in 2019 and in 2021. And you also were the runner-up in the Amateur Championship for the United States in 2022, which allowed you to get an automatic bid into the Masters. Ben, I do want to talk about the 2023 Masters. You missed the cut by about 2-3 strokes. I know that the borderline was +3. You were at a +5. You came so close. But playing in that tournament with Columbus native Russell Henley and Larry Mize, what did that mean to you to play in the Masters along with Russell Henley and Larry Mize?
Yeah, I mean, it meant the world. Obviously, grow up dreaming to do something like that. Never really felt like a possibility at that age. But yeah, I mean, I always look forward to playing the U.S. Amateur, and just always wanted to make match play. I always felt like if I made match play that I could make a run at that tournament, and got my shot. Had some bracket luck, really good golf, and made it all the way to the final with Masters. And yeah, I mean, it feels like a fever dream looking back at it. Kept a little better journal throughout the week, but I just remember Larry and Russell just kind of taking me under their wing a little bit, just being some dumb kid that didn't know what he was doing. It was just nice to lean on, one of them being a Masters champion. So played my practice rounds with them and kind of learned the course from Larry and Russell. So yeah, I felt like just being around those guys and being around their mindsets and their approaches to the game. I learned a ton that week, and I've learned a ton from them over the years, both playing with them and just from a distance, just how they go about working on the game. And so just the tournament itself, I mean, played well, didn't putt it very well, but 2 rounds competitively out there, and obviously hope to be back one day.
And that also led to your next major tournament, the U.S. Open in 2023, which was held in Los Angeles. And you made the cut. And you were able to shoot a 70 and a 72 in the first 2 rounds. What did it mean to you as an amateur to make the cut at the U.S. Open?
Yeah, I think I just proved to myself that I can compete at that level on a really difficult golf course, which I've always taken a lot of pride in, trying to be a good player on tough golf courses in tough conditions, and to be able to do it in arguably the toughest major. It just meant a lot to me knowing that I could do it at that stage, and didn't play my best over the weekend, but again, learned a ton. And I really just feel like if I ever get back into a couple majors, I feel like I'll be able to lean on those 2 experiences and just draw on certain things that I learned. And it's just priceless competing as an amateur. Just, I mean, again, just something that you don't really imagine happening. It doesn't really feel like a realistic goal. So to do that and, make the cut, I mean, it's crazy. Just, I want to get back there.
Ben, I got to ask you the difference between playing in the Masters and in the U.S. Open, because I've been told that it's a different demographic. It's different fan bases. At the Masters, I mean, they're more proper, and when it comes to the fans, they're not as rowdy. But you get the fans at the U.S. Open, and they're yelling and hollering when you're teeing it off. I mean, do you notice a difference of the fan support from the Masters compared to the U.S. Open?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, I only got one look at each, so maybe not the best person to ask. Masters, I mean, obviously the very respectable fans out there. Just, they know a good shot from a bad shot. They know when to be quiet, and then the U.S. Open was just a little different in that sense, I would say. Just you get chirped a little bit, and maybe they're clapping after a not so good shot that they might have thought was good. Just subtle differences. But I mean, the U.S. Open's America's major, so you're going to get just a raucous. I enjoyed both. I mean, the U.S. Open's always kind of been my second. So it was really cool to experience that as well.
And in 2023, you officially joined the PGA Tour. And just talk about the process of going from an amateur to getting your PGA Tour card, and what are some of the tournaments that you've been playing in since you've been joining the PGA Tour, and what has your experience been like compared to playing as an amateur as you enter the PGA Tour?
Yeah, so I graduated in May of 23 and was able to go straight to which is kind of like the minor leagues of the PGA Tour. So, and maybe some journeymen as well out there. But I've just learned that everybody's really, really good, no matter what level you're playing at. A little different from college, in the sense that you could get away with a bad round in college and still get right back in the tournament. The biggest thing I've learned in pro golf is you have to turn your bad rounds into a couple under par to kind of keep up with the pace. There's just so many good players. As soon as you miss a beat, I mean, you're falling down the board. So, yeah, you just got to be sharper every day. Your bad golf has to be better. And your good golf's got to be better too. You got to be really comfortable with going low and wanting to go even lower. You just can't be content with a 6 under par round. I mean, you got to get up and try and go shoot eight or nine the next day if you want to have a chance. trying to get better at. But yeah, just time management as well. I mean, I've kind of learned my routine on the road. Just get my work in and then get some rest. That way I will have enough energy come Sunday afternoon, hopefully. But yeah, I've been on PGA Tour Canada for 2 years now. I guess it's called PGA Tour South American Tour and the Canadian Tour. So hopefully play well in these last couple events and move on to the Corn Ferry Tour. That's kind of the goal right now. But just trying to get better every day. That's the main focus. I feel like if I can keep getting better, then kind of come with it.
Ben, let's take it back to Columbus because you're familiar with the golf courses such as Country Club of Columbus, the golf course at Green Island, the golf course at Callaway Gardens. Obviously your favorite golf course, the Country Club of Columbus. Is there other golf courses that you enjoy playing at?
Yeah, I enjoy them all. I mean, growing up, I would say I played Country Club of Columbus and Callaway Gardens the most. My family belonged to Country Club of Columbus. Then my dad got in on a little deal up at Callaway Gardens, kind of early 2010s. So I mean, in the summer we would go. Just it wasn't quite as busy maybe, and it's just a little bit bigger golf course. Get to hit some longer clubs and just practice that way. But I really enjoyed going up there as well with my dad and my brother. We had some good times up there, but played a lot of middle school golf matches at Maple Ridge and Bull Creek and Red Oak over in Casita, which I don't think exists anymore, which is too bad. But Godwin Creek, I learned kind of how to score with my wedges out at Godwin Creek, just a short little par three course over in Bibb City. So, I mean, I've definitely played them all, and I enjoy them all. I really do. They're all very different from one another, and but obviously super privileged to grow up out at the CCC, and still lucky enough to play out there when I'm home every now and then. So, yeah, but such a great golf town, so many good tracks, and yeah, I've played them all, and I mean, I don't have a bad thing to say about any of them.
All right, Ben, this question is for you. If I were going to create you in the EA Sports PGA Tour golf video game, what is your strength? Is it power? Is it accuracy? Is it putting? Is it chipping? I mean, just basically give me just a synopsis of what your strengths are, if you know, if you can think of your strengths as if somebody was creating you in a video game.
Yeah, that's a great question. I used to play that game, so that's a really fun. Um, I would say driving accuracy would probably be the highest maybe rated part of my game. I mean, I also hit a pretty decent ways, not lacking distance, but I'm not one of the longer guys out there either. I mean, I hit it far enough and feel like I hit a lot of fairways. I feel like I love to hit driver, so I would love to think that it would be the highest rated part of my game, up there with probably iron play, close second, followed by maybe wedge play and putting. And then it's something I've really been working hard on the last couple of years. I could get really nerdy, but I'm not going to do that. But just getting a little sharper around the greens and just kind of expanding my arsenal of shots around the green. It's something that's really important at this level, just saving shots that way. And that's kind of the main focus right now, is just improving my touch around the greens and, yeah, just getting a little better, kind of like I was talking about earlier. You just got to keep getting better or you're going to get lapped. So that's kind of how I would rank them. But I would hope my driving would be pretty highly up there.
Well, Ben, we are definitely rooting for you here in Columbus, and good luck in your golf career. And I know that, I mean, you've got some mentors ahead of you, like a Larry Mize and a Russell Henley, that really are pulling for you as well. And definitely would love to hear more about your golf career. And feel free to come on the show anytime you like.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Richard. I enjoyed it. Thanks.
All right, that is Ben Carr. He is joined the PGA Tour in 2023, played in the Masters and in the U.S. Open, and he's the two-time Southeast Amateur Championship right here at the Country Club of Columbus. Thank you, everybody, once again for watching. an exciting episode of the Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.